The Geography of Outdoor Recreation by Erica Koppes, Jordan Warren, Lorenzo Valdez, and Dylan Henry. We all are very familiar with different forms of outdoor recreation in the United States, such as soccer, football, hiking, rafting, and other adventurous sports. This presentation will show just how differently outdoor recreation ranges across the world. First, we'll start our outdoor recreation journey in Sankajärvi, Finland, with the sport of wife carrying. Yep, it's a real thing. Wife carrying is a sport in which male competitors race to carry their wives through an obstacle course. At the annual North American Wife Carrying Championship, winners receive the traditional prize of the wife's weight in beer, 5 times her weight in cash, and an entry to the World Championship in Finland. Next, we'll travel over to the UK, where competitors take a part in the annual cheese rolling event at Coopers Hill. Here's how it works. A large cheese wheel is rolled down a steep hill and competitors race after it. The first person to reach the bottom of the hill wins the cheese. Pretty exciting. Maybe one of the most bizarre sports takes place in Chippencampden, England, the sport of shin kicking. Shin kicking takes manliness to a whole new level. Originating in England in the early 17th century, the combat sport involves 2 contestants attempting to kick each other on the shin until one hits the ground. The Shin Kicking World Championship is part of the Cotswold Olympic Games, an annual event held on Dover's Hill. To finish out outdoor recreation in the European region, we'll go to Sleaford, England, for the sport of egg throwing. According to the World Egg Throwing Federation, egg throwing has been a sport enjoyed by millions of people since early humans discovered the delight of watching a failure of another to catch a tossed egg. Eggheads have the opportunity to participate in the annual World Egg Throwing Championship, which involves a variation of games. Next, we'll travel over to India and discuss the 2 sports of gilli danda and kabaddi. First, we'll explore the sport of gilli danda. Gilli danda is a sport played using 1 small stick, called gilli, and 1 long stick, called the danda, like cricket with a ball being replaced by gilli. This game is generally played in the villages of Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Haryana. Here's a short video clip of a few kids playing gilli danda in the street of India. Next is the sport of kabaddi, the national sport of Bangladesh. This sport is composed of 2 teams of 7 players. The object of the game is for a single player on offense, referred to as raider, to run into the opposing team's half court, tag out as many of their defenders as possible, and return to their own half of the court, all without being tackled by the defenders. Ouch! Points are scored for each player tagged by the raider, while the opposing team earns a point for stopping the raider. Players are taken out of the game if they are tagged or tackled, but can be revived for each point scored by their team from a tag or tackle. Now we'll head over to Vietnam, where the outdoor recreation becomes a little bit more familiar, known as football, or as the Americans call it, soccer. Football is the most popular sport in Vietnam. The French first brought football to Vietnam in 1896, where French civil servants were the first to play. In 1905, the Vietnamese people started picking up the game of football. 2016 was the first year that Vietnam qualified for the World Championship of Football, called FIFA. The game of football is also very popular in Greenland. Soccer is the most popular sport played by nearly 10% of the island's 56,186 residents. We're going to end this outdoor recreation journey a little bit closer to home in Hawaii with the sport of surfing. The first version of surfing started in 400 AD, was called bellyboarding by the Polynesians. In 1779 was the first recorded sighting of surfing. Surfers used to pray to the gods for good waves. In 1900s, surfing died out a little bit, but picked back up in 1907. 1940s, surfing was introduced to American soldiers stationed at Pearl Harbor. Here's a picture of just how much the surfboards have changed throughout the entire history of surfing. Surfing has become a huge part of the Hawaiian culture. They only started giving away awards, however, in the 1960s, and the first contest was called the Pipeline Masters Contest in 1971. This picture is a recent picture of the World Championship Tour of Surfing. Here's a video of Kelly Slater, an 11 times World Championship surfer. Thanks for watching, and we hope this video gives you a little insight of outdoor recreation around the world.